Hey everyone, welcome back to a new upload. Today we are doing my updated wet to dry routine with the Dyson Airwrap. So there's a lot of newness going on today. So first of all, I have Invisalign. I got this done a couple days ago. Still trying to get used to talking with these things in. So if you hear a difference in my voice or a little bit of a lisp, that is why. Second of all, I got my hair done. Hair is nice and fresh. Got that done a couple weeks ago and multiple inches were cut off and I'm nice and blonde for the summer. So that's gonna spice up this Airwrap routine as well. I picked up a new shampoo and a new deep conditioner treatment mask. And this is the Briogeo Color Me Brilliant Mushroom and Bamboo Color Protect Shampoo. So this is pretty new to the market from what I understand, and I used it in the shower today. I still have to use this a couple more times to give you guys my feedback, because I will say when I used it in the shower, I like the smell. It lathered up pretty nicely, but you have to use quite a bit of it to lather if you have thick hair. And then also, it did leave my hair pretty tangly. As for the deep conditioner mask, this is Pureology, and this is the Color Fanatic Multitasking Deep Conditioning Mask. So this has 21 benefits to your hair. It's also cruelty-free, which is amazing. I try really hard to buy cruelty-free products. And when I put this on in the shower, any tangling that this caused, this came in and was the big hero. It was like butter in my hair. It rinsed out so nice. It wasn't overly heavy, but it was the amount of heaviness I needed to get that very conditioned, moisturized feeling back in my hair. I also picked up at Ulta this Kenra Platinum Blow Dry Mist. Now, I didn't know anything about this line until I saw my hairstylist break this out. So you do apply this to damp hair, which I'm ready to go because I have damp hair, and it says to use, just shake well before using, spray evenly on damp hair, and then you can layer with your favorite Kenra Platinum styling products, which this is the only one I have, so this is the only one we'll be using today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a sip of my Poppy here, and let's just douse my hair in this blow dry spray. So I'm gonna give it a good shake. Also, for my ladies and gents that do bleach their hair, like me, it's really great to have these type of treatments in your routine. I'm only going to take like 2 drops, just 2, put some in my fingers, and I'm gonna focus this just on my ends. This hair oil will really help protect against damage. It's also going to help repair your hair. I never use hair ties like this anymore, and this is just a super stretched out one that I'm using to hold my Dyson cord. But the one I was gonna use is not over here, and I'm too lazy to go find it. We gotta get this show on the road. Once we get everything brushed out, I love using a wet brush whenever I'm brushing my hair wet, or honestly, I use this on my dry hair as well. You can use it for either or. But that brush is great because it's a little less harsh on your hair when it's wet due to the bristles on it. So I'm going to part my hair here. Alrighty, so I have my Dyson here. It's already plugged in, ready to go. So this is just the regular blow drying head. Have that on. We're gonna rough dry most of my hair, and then we're gonna follow it up with the brush attachment. So let's go ahead and start with the rough dry. Now, a little tip is when you are using this attachment, point it downward. So that way, when you're doing like this, it's blowing the hair down. Oh, I just pulled out my earring. Pop that back in really quick. Please hold. Okay, so as I was saying, why it's good to hold it down like that is because then it's drying the hair follicle downward instead of pushing it up like this, where it's gonna make your hair go all crazy. So that's just gonna cause more frizz to your hair. So not only do I point this downward, I also do focus the air at the roots, because that's where my head is the most wet right now. Okay, so this is what we got going on with just the rough dry. So let me show you guys. And just for background and for a little bit of context on what my hair type is I definitely have a natural wavy, not really curly, but a pretty wavy head of hair. So I do have issues with frizziness, and especially because I do have my hair bleached, that also can cause frizziness due to the damage that's been done to my hair. I really use products that are gonna really help combat that. So then I have a beautiful, bouncy, luscious blowout or whatever hairstyle I'm doing that day. Okay, so I think it is safe to move on. I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to do a rough dry. And on this part, I'm also gonna take the brush on the top part of my head. Back to the rough dry. So the other tip I wanna give you also is while you are blow drying downward, I don't know if it really helps, but I do feel in my heart that it helps, is I like to take my fingers and gently go at the roots and kind of move the hair while I'm blowing it dry so it doesn't blow so flat to my head, you know? So I kind of just like move it like this. Move it along as I'm blowing it dry. And I push it back a little bit, like back this way, especially in the front to give it a little bit more volume. Thanks to some good hair prep, we don't need to do a ton with this attachment. Just so you know, everything that I've been doing so far, I've had it on the highest heat setting and the highest fan setting. So I'm gonna keep it that way for now. This will make sure to really smooth anything else down before you go in with the Dyson barrels. Another trick I like to talk about is if you have a lot of frizz and texture to your hair, don't only go on the top part. Take this. Take a section of hair and try going underneath as well, because that really has an impact. When you get both sides, you're better off. That's actually looking really nice so far. The hair is looking very shiny, very actually like it has some body to it. I'm gonna brush everything out. I section my hair out maybe, I could probably do, if I want to be very detailed, 3 to 4 times. If you're doing things quick, at least section your hair once so you can get more of the underneath without grabbing so much hair from the top. So I totally forgot I had this sitting here and it was right in front of my face, but also at Ulta, I purchased this new wet brush. As you can tell, I am a very big wet brush fan. This is the Go Green Watermelon Oil Infused Treatment and Shine Brush. This is what it looks like. Had to get another pink one, but it has different bristles here, as you can see. So it's supposed to add more shine to your hair. I am jumping into the long, large barrel first. I like to use this on the bottom because what I have found is that the curls and the waves on the bottom just need a nice, big, voluminous wave to them. Whereas the top, I like to make that a little bit more defined. All right, so let's get started. So I have it on the highest fan and the highest heat setting. Now, I'm not even gonna hit these with the cool shot. I'm trying to make this routine as realistic for you guys as possible. I'm not gonna sit here and do a cool shot on every single curl because, to be honest, when I use the Dyson, I am not using this to get ringlets in my hair. I'm gonna use a curling iron for that, or a curling wand. This is to give me like a traditional blowout look with lots of volume. Just keep that in mind. I'm not doing this for ringlet curls, okay? Sometimes you need to kind of help the hair on the barrel, especially if you have a lot of it, so that it's completely normal if that's happening to you. Just kind of like work it on, and it won't hurt your hand. I mean, don't leave your hand on the barrel, but sometimes you need to assist it a little bit. If you are more worried about the curl, like the actual curl staying and not falling out as much, by all means, definitely do the cool shot every single time. That helps set the curl in place when you hit it with cool air. So what I love about these long barrels is, even though I have short hair now, these things are such a great upgrade because they fit more of my hair on the barrel. That is a big win for me. So I really do not focus on making things, you know, perfect and super neat and tidy on my bottom layers of hair, because you will see at the end, to be honest, it doesn't matter. Like, you can, if it makes you feel better and that's the way you do it and you want to be very particular with it, by all means, your result will still be beautiful. I just don't do it like that because it gets pretty tedious, and I'd rather do the tedious work on the top half of my hair. You see when you're taking too much hair. So let's say I took this huge chunk of hair. I doubt this barrel is gonna hold it. Let's see. See how it like starts flailing away? I mean, you can put some more back on, but that is a sign you are putting way too much hair on the barrel. Don't get too crazy. If you want the ends to curl right, you gotta take a little by little. But you can take a pretty decent section of hair with these long barrels, I will say. So like here, I probably took a little too much. You can probably take that lower half off. There we go. All right, take this down. Whoop. I actually really like this brush. Kind of tempted to part my hair over just a smidge more than I usually do, to kind of give myself that like movie star volume look, but yeah, let's try it. Let's try it for fun. I don't know how it'll work out because I don't always style my hair like that. We are going to use this the normal Dyson Airwrap way, and I do also want to show you the way that I've seen other people use it. They flip it around and they actually take the hair as if you're using a wand and wrap it and have it hold the hair that way. So I'm going to show you how that works too. So here's the normal way. So these waves obviously are going to be much tighter than the ones we did with this barrel. See? Much tighter. Okay, so here's the other way you can do this. So I'm going to switch sides on this thing. Take a section of hair, turn it on, flip it around, and you wrap it just like that. You don't really need to hold it. I mean, you could hold it if you want to keep your ends out of this, but yeah, you just hold it like this, hold it upside down, release, and there you go. So I do feel like these curl a little bit different when you use that technique. I don't know, it's kind of like personal preference, whatever way you like to do it. I like both ways, so I'm actually gonna do that again. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna let that set, cool down, and then we're gonna hit the other side. If you have an issue, which probably a lot of you do, because I can see it's an issue for me, where too much of your hair wants to fly up in the barrel, just go ahead and pull it out of the way and just hold it down. I'll just keep the hair out of the airflow. We're looking good. We're looking good. So let's do my favorite part, which is the top half. All right, so I'm gonna start with these front pieces. And this is kind of gonna be a test run because I haven't styled my hair like this in a long time, but I'm going to curl it kind of going back, and then I'm going to set the hair over here so the roots and the curl kind of sets on this side. Then when I flip it over, it'll have a little bit more volume. At least it should. So we'll see how this turns out. This is kind of becoming a mess. Not really what I envisioned. Okay, hold up. This is getting crazy. That's not how that was supposed to go. Ooh, there is a lot of volume there, right? I'm gonna leave it like this. All right, let's finish up what we were doing. I really like this wrapping technique because I feel like I have a little bit more control over the hair, and you don't need to hold it, you can let it loose, but if you do hold it, it's going to get a little bit more of that weightiness to it. I really missed having a ton of volume in my hair. I stopped using the Dyson for a while because with my longer hair, I was just kind of getting sick of using it, to be honest. It was taking forever to dry my hair. It was taking forever to use the barrels. Kind of put this off to the side, and I'm really happy we are breaking this back out again. Okay, so now that we can flip this piece over, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this end and curl it. But I'm gonna leave the root alone. Leave that set. If you don't like shutting this off in between every curl, What you can do is hold the curl. When you pull it out, kind of grab the top here, pull it out, and then ring it around your fingers and kind of pull it down a little bit to give more of that wave look, and let it go, let it set. So I'll do it again. So here, pull it out, grab the top, ring it, twist it around, and then pull down. That way hair doesn't get all over the place and it doesn't become a total mess. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna go throw on my top and some jewelry, and then we're gonna put some texture spray in this, and we will have the very final look, and I'll be right back. I used this in my last Dyson video, but this is IGK Beach Club. It's a volumizing texture spray. And then the other item I brought was this Day Cactus Fruit 3-in-1 styling cream. And what I'm gonna do with this stuff is I'm gonna go along the edge of my hair and really try to get some of those flyaways kind of just in place so it doesn't keep moving on my face. Okay, so we haven't brushed through the curls yet, and that's on purpose. So let's go ahead and kind of part the hair apart and throw in some texture spray. All right, I'm gonna let that dry on the hair a little bit before I keep messing with anything, but we can go in with this now. So I'm going to take a little bit of this stuff. I did buy this in a pack. So Day released this with the Monsoon conditioner and shampoo. I gotta say, I had very high expectations for their Monsoon shampoo and conditioner, and that stuff just does not work on my hair. But this has a great smell to it. It's not heavy, and also is cruelty-free, which is always a plus, as we know. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip over, I'm gonna shake out my hair, and whatever we need to like gently go over with a brush, we're gonna do that last, and then we are finally done. So now I'm gonna take this brush and I am going to brush through the ends. I like to do the bottoms, especially around my face, to soften that up a little bit too. Okay, so I am super happy with the results here, and I am so happy that you can really use this Airwrap on long hair, short hair. You can use the barrels on damp hair, dry hair, dirty hair, clean hair. I know Shark late last year released their version of this tool, which I've heard great things about. I have not tried it yet, but my sister owns that tool and she speaks highly of it too. So there's definitely more affordable options. But I am definitely that Dyson snob, and I will not be breaking up with this tool anytime soon. But enough about all of that. We are at the end of the video, so if you enjoyed today's video and like this type of content, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next upload. Bye!